What is up, everybody? It's the Game Dex, coach of the Golden State Weezings. Moving on over to this channel because this channel will be dedicated to battling and potentially, hopefully, more future Draft League content like this one. This is Season 4 of the PBA, and we have drafted a scary, scary team. Now, if you're following over from the PPL Season 4, it is very, very similar in style, but some of the higher tier Pokemon did get removed, and a lot of the Terra tierings are a little bit lower. So some of the things that you would have been like, well, why didn't you Terra it? It was not an option in this league. And we did get super, super lucky. We got the third pick of the draft, which puts us really, really close to a wheel. But let me tell you, I don't know if I'm a fan of that, because that wheel, you have to wait so long after drafting third to have it come all the way back to you. There was quite a few Pokemon that got sniped from me, but overall, I think we built a really, really solid team that I really, really like. And I personally think, is a bit, maybe even a little bit more than just a bit better than our PPL team. But we got to go into it. Let's do our draft analysis here and now. Our first week battle will start over next week, but I want to talk about the team. I want to discuss why I picked what I picked and what I feel confident in them doing. And starting us off, our first pick of the draft was Tornadus Therian. Now, there was a Pokemon that I wanted to draft more, but it wasn't available. I wanted to draft Iron Valiant, but looking at the tiers, Iron Valiant was one of the few higher tier Pokemon that did get removed. So I was like, dang. Okay. Great Tusk got drafted number 1, so I could not pick that Pokemon. So I was like, you know what? This is a super fast Pokemon, Regenerator, which I was missing a lot of like regen / wish passing in the PPL. So I was like, you know what? This is a solid Pokemon to pick up. It might fit my playstyle a little bit better than Palafin did. We picked up Tornadus T. It's 121 base speed. It's got good attack and special attack, so I could run it mixed. I could even run it physical, although you don't really see a lot of pure physical Tornadus T. You normally see knockoff U-turn, special flying move, but we can. Its defenses are decent, its HP is decent. Overall, it's a solid Mon, and with regen, like, we can easily U-turn out, heal back up, and just run this in so many ways. We can choice it in Scarfing, Spexing, and even with it being Specs, we can still U-turn. I really like this pick. I think it is a solid foundation for our team. Flying types are always nice to get, being immune to ground, and just overall, I really like this Pokemon. Now, we had to wait a long time for our second pick because we were on the wheel. A lot of things came by. A couple things got drafted that I was like, you know what? If this goes to me, I want it. Iron Moth was one of them, but it got drafted. So these next two picks kind of play well into each other. But I was like, I had to decide which one was more likely getting drafted by the two people next to me. So I went with our second pick of the draft. I picked up Annihilate, and this Mon is super, super scary. It's scary in VGC. Choice Scarf, Final Gambit. With Rage Fist, it's always powering up. This Mon is terrifying. Defiant, so people cannot bring Intimidate versus us. Even Sticky Webs. Like, you're like, I don't know if I can bring Sticky Webs against you because your Annihilate is just going to be built bulky. It's going to take those minus speed drop and turn it into attack and just fire off big damage just like that. We did play an Annihilate, and the only way we were able to handle it was our own Weezing in the PPL. But other than that, we had to play super hard against it because it was such a threat. And I'm very, very excited to bring it onto my team for this season. Its attack is amazing. 115 attack, 110 HP for something so strong. That is absolutely terrifying. Its defenses aren't bad, 80 and 90. Like, we can build it in a certain way. We can bulk up in a certain way, and then heal right back up with Drain Punch. Its speed is also not bad, 90 base speed. It's, in my opinion, is following our speed tiers a little bit better as we get onto the draft. But overall, this is a super solid Mon. It can also run Stealth Rocks. I don't know if I'll be running Stealth Rock so much. It's got the ability to use U-turn, which really plays well into Tornadus pivoting. Maybe we pivot with Annihilate. I don't know. There's some potential to be working with it, even though its traditional set is going to be that bulk up substitute Rage Fist Drain Punch leftover type of combo, because that just is going to work so well together. Now, because we were pretty close to the wheel, I was like, physical attacker, let's pick up a special, like a super special attacker. Like Tornadus kind of just was there for speed and can do either, but we got a pure physical. Let's get a pure special attacker, and I picked up Chi-Yu. Like I said, I wanted Iron Moth because it was a fast, super strong special attacker, fire type 2, pretty huge in the damage department. So I was like, okay, Chi-Yu, you're still open. You're not as fast. You're 100 base speed, but 100 base speed is not bad. But your special attack is 135. But is it really 135 when you're carrying the Beads of Ruin? This Mon is going to do so much damage. If we can start to like break down teams with our other Pokemon, get them weakened, then Chi-Yu could just come in and sweep. Put a Choice Scarf on it, just click one move to finish the battle. Chi-Yu's just going to do a ton of damage, and with our combinations of the types we're picking up, like it's weak to ground, but Tornadus is immune to ground. It's weak to fighting, but Annihilate is immune to fighting. Like these Mons, these top three are kind of working super solidly together typing-wise, where they kind of counteract each other's weaknesses. Let me see. So Chi-Yu is weak to water. We don't have a water resistance yet, but that's one weakness. Chi-Yu is weak to fighting, but Tornadus takes resisted damage, and Annihilate is immune. Chi-Yu is weak to ground. Tornadus is immune. Flying. Annihilate is weak to flying, but either of them aren't like resisting it. We do have other answers later down the road. Chi-Yu is immune to Psychic, and Annihilate is weak to Psychic. Both Tornadus and Chi-Yu are weak to Rock. Annihilate resists Rock and is going to do super effective damage. Our Annihilate is weak to Ghost. Our Chi-Yu is resistant to Ghost and is going to do super effective damage. So it's just a very strong pairing together that I feel like works really, really well. And I'm really excited to use Chi-Yu. I think it has not come out yet. Our Week 9 battle in the PPL is against Chi-Yu, and just looking at it in the team building process, so far I've been like, this thing is scary. This thing is super scary, and it is also paired with a strong physical fighting Pokemon in Zamazenta, and we got our strong physical Pokemon. So it feels good. It feels nice. Next up, we had to wait another long time to get back to our wheel. There was a few Pokemons I want. I don't completely remember all of the things that got picked up that caused me to change my draft plan, but I did have to change it a lot. But our fourth pick of the draft, I picked up a Steel type, I picked up a Ground type, 2 immunities, and a Fairy Resistant is super sick. I picked up Excadrill. Now, it's been a long time since I've used this Pokemon, maybe even like Gen 6, but I have always been a fan of Excadrill. It's always been a super nice Pokemon in my opinion, and it's got decent HP, 110 HP again. It's even stronger than Annihilate at 135 HP. Its defenses aren't great. Its speed is okay. It's 88 base speed, but still 110, 135 HP is going to do crazy, crazy damage. It can set up Stealth Rocks. It can Rapid Spin. We didn't have a, in my opinion, solid Rapid Spinner in the PPL, because Regieleki, like, you're either going to click Rapid Spin and die, or you're going to click an attack and die. So having a actually consistent Rapid Spinner available feels really, really nice. And it's just another strong physical attacker. It's like pairing well. Tornadus, more special. Annihilate, more physical. Chi-Yu, more special. Even Chi-Yu's special defense is pretty nice. Excadrill, more physical. And just the typings work so well together. It is now an immunity to electric, which Tornadus was weak to. So, like I said, let's pair these Mons together, and it's a Steel type, so it resists a lot. We can run our Excadrill many ways. be our Stealth Rocker, be our Rapid Spinner, maybe even like Choice Scarf it and just do big damage. There's a lot of ways we can run it, and I'm excited to be using Excadrill on an actual draft team. Now that goes to our next kind of wheel pick. I wanted a fairy type, I wanted a grounded poison type. I think a few of the ones that I was looking at got picked up. So I'm going with something a little more reliable, something I'm a little more familiar with, but change it slightly. We picked up Galarian Weezing. Now, in my opinion, I am not as big of a fan of Galarian Weezing. I am definitely a Weezing fan. Weezing is my Pokemon. And when I saw Galar Weezing come out, I was like, ew, this thing is ugly. But I will say, I didn't like Weezing until I used it in a random battle league back in the day with my friends. So is this going to be Galarian Weezing's opportunity to be like, hey, we're friends. I'm still a part of that Weezing family. I want to be your friend. I want you to like me too. And maybe this is its opportunity. It is fairy type, so having an immunity to dragon will be sick. It is poison type, and it can be grounded. So if I know my opponent's gonna run toxic spikes, maybe I don't run levitate. Clean up those spikes, get rid of it. If my opponent has a super strong ground Pokemon, I can run levitate. Neutralizing gas is also a really, really cool ability. Being able to turn off my opponent's abilities could work in so many different ways. And then its last ability, which I feel like might be a little slept on, is Misty Surge, which can weaken the attacks of dragon Pokemon. So, if my opponent has a super scary dragon type, I know Galarian Weezing is immune to it, but I can Misty Surge, swap out, and actually do damage with other Pokemon. And also, this Pokemon stats, a lot of people really, really sleep on Weezing, I think. 65 HP isn't great. 90 attack, you kind of don't think about it. You kind of run Weezing even specially. 85 special attack, 70 special defense, 60 speed, but 120 defense is not something that can be slept on. And if you guys have watched our PPL matches, you know I love using Weezing as a wall, a physically defensive wall, and it just works great. So this is kind of a comfort pick, but adding more to my traditional Weezing options, which is really, really cool. I'm really excited to use it. And maybe it will grow on me. We'll just have to see through the weeks. Now, we're waiting on another wheel pick. At this point of the draft, I was kind of restructuring so many things to fit the point budget. I really, really wanted Jolteon. I don't know if this got drafted here. I think it did get drafted in the next wheel. But I was I passed up on that. I wanted a bulky water type Pokemon, I think, next. Looking at what everyone was drafting, being okay, this is needed to grab now before this thing gets grabbed. And I drafted Alomomola. Yes, we got our second Regenerator Pokemon. It is a bulky water type. And a lot of people call me crazy for doing this, but I did make this our Terra Captain, or one of our Terra Captains. We have 20 points available to make a Terra Captain. I did make Alomomola our Terra Captain. Not necessarily because I wanted to, but because its points didn't change from making it a Terra Captain. It would cost 10 points regardless of if it was a Terra Captain or not. So it just kind of fit the budget really well. And trust me, I'm going to get so annoying with this thing. I am going to make its Terra be something that works really, really well against my opponent's top threats. So when they're I can just hit it with this move because it's a water type. It's not resisting it. Terra. Oh, you're hitting me with a strong dragon attacker? Terra Fairy. You're not hitting me at all. And Regenerator is going to be super scary. Now on a super bulky mon, 165 base HP is insane. Its special defense isn't great, 45, but you can still work with that because of its HPs being so good. Its defense is 80. This mon has the ability to do so many things. Flip turn, regen back up, but we can set up wishes. In the PPL team, I really wish we had the ability to wish and then put it onto something else and heal our other mons back up. But now we have an actual wish passer. This thing is going to be terrifying. I think our opponents are going to have to game plan for this every single week and possibly even bring taunt mons every single week because of it. And I've got that in mind. I can use that to my advantage, or I can just work around it and still get our wish pass. Like, think about this combination of wish passing to Annihilate. Like, Annihilate takes some hits, Rage Fist gets powered up. Oh, let me swap it out. Oh, Alamamola. Wish. Let's flip turn, pass it to our Annihilate. Our Annihilate is full HP with max damage Rage Fist. Like, you can't tell me that's not going to be scary. Bulky water types are always great. And I don't know, I'm very excited to use this mon. A lot of people questioned who hurt you, and no one did. I'm about to hurt everyone with this annoying Galar Weezing, Alamola, and a future bulky Pokemon down in the draft later. People are gonna get so frustrated with it. I've already got that feeling. But now, let's go on to our next draft pick. Kind of close to the wheel, we picked up our next Terra Captain, our Espeon. Espeon is such a sick Pokemon. Its special attack was a lot higher than I expected. 130 base special attack. It's not the most bulky thing in the world. It's got decent special bulk, but 110 base speed. A lot of people in the draft were really freaking out about the 110 base speed Pokemon, so that's why I had to draft it here. Because of some of the mons, higher tier mons getting removed, a lot of the speed tiers were a little bit harder to get. So me picking up this felt really, really good. We got our 110 base speed, which fit perfectly Tornadus T, Espeon, Chi-Yu. I'm very excited. Terra Captain 2. Like, Terra Psychic, Choice Specs, Psychics might be going off, or we could just Terra it into something that's more defensive, but at the same time offensive as well. Like Terra Fairy, Dazzling Gleam. Like, I'm very excited to use this Pokemon. It did cost, this is where the budget thing got weird. This costed 2 more points to get. So it kind of affected our budget in a way. A lot of people are going to say you should Terra Captain your next month, but it would have costed too much to Terra Captain. The other great thing about Espeon is Magic Bounce. Like I said, PPL, it was a little bit of a struggle with, like, getting rid of hazards or not letting hazards get up. So now we have a Rapid Spinner, a Defogger in Weezing, and a Magic Bouncer in Espeon. All 3 of them combined will really, really help our... help us not get, like, super hazard stacked, and I really, really like it. Espeon also is another Wish Passer. Very secretly is another Wish Passer, so it's not as bulky as Alamola, but being able to Wish Pass into Annihilate or Wish Pass into Chi-Yu, like, is going to be super scary, super disgusting. Now we've waited another wheel again onto our, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th pick of the draft. This is a pick that a lot of people have suggested, hey, do whatever you can to actually make this your Terra Captain again. And it increased the cost too much to really want to go after it. This is where I wanted Jolteon, but I got sniped, so I had to settle on this. But I think that this thing is still going to be super good. If we do feel like we need to Terra Captain it later into the season before free agency ends, I'll think about restructuring the team, but I really like our team how it is. Our 8th pick of the draft is Hisuian Electrode. I wanted a Mon faster than Tornadus T. I wanted an electric Pokemon. I wanted a grass Pokemon. And this Pokemon kind of fit the mold. 150 speed. There's not many things that are faster than this thing. I don't think Deoxys Speed was available. If it was, then I guess Deoxys Speed would be faster. The only other Mon I think is faster is Regieleki, and no one drafted Regieleki. So we have one of the fastest Mons available. Its special attack is a little bit lower than I'd like, but overall, I think we can still work with it. If we do, down the road, make this a Terra Captain. Terra, I got bamboozled by a Terra Water Hisuian Electrode, so it's a good Mon. It's super fast, Volt Switch. It can even Leech Seed, Substitute if we need it to be a little more bulky, but overall, I'm excited to use it. I've had a couple of my friends tell me some good strategies with this thing that helped me feel better about not getting Jolteon, so I'm like, okay, we can work with it. We can work with this thing. Next up, our 9th pick of the draft. I needed a dragon type, and there was not many of those left available, but I am actually, this was kind of the one I wanted looking late into the draft. I was like, if this thing keeps staying on the board, I'm going to draft this. We picked up Salamence. It's an older Pokemon, so power creep is still a thing. These stats are, it's a pseudo legend, so these stats are nothing to joke about. 95 base HP, 135 attack, 80 defense, 110 special attack, 80 special defense, and 100 speed. This Mon is still good, and it's got the Intimidate ability in case we want to play a little more bulky. We can Intimidate. We can run it physically and specially because both of those attack stats are still pretty decent. That it causes our opponents to kind of guess on what type of set we're going to bring. Hurricane, Draco Meteor, or we can run Moxie Setup Sweeper, Dragon Dance with our 135 attack. This Salamence is so versatile for being such a late pick that I am very, very, very excited to be using it. I think it can do great things, and my hopes are high. It does give us another flying type, which kind of hurt us in our typing departments, but I don't know. It's not weak to some things. It's weak to ice and rock, but I think we have answers to ice and rock that let us still be able to use this, and I don't know. I'm ready to Dragon Dance Sweep. I'm ready to play bulky. It's going to be such a good Mon. And that goes on to our 10th pick of the draft. Like I said earlier, there was another bulky Pokemon that is going to really, really hurt our opponents. And it is a comfort pick for me. If you guys were watching the PPL, you know our season kind of turned around when we free agent moved, dropped some Pokemon to pick up this Pokemon, and it kind of really helped us build more of a bulky team that let me play in different ways. And that Pokemon that we picked up in our 10th pick of the draft is Blissey. We have our very strong physical wall in Weezing. We have our Alomomola that leans more physical but can be built a little specially. And now we have a full-on special wall in Blissey. Blissey just felt comforting. It tanked so many hits, and the combination of Weezing and Blissey against the Annihilate Terrapagos team just clicked something in my head about Draft League. So I was like, okay, it's available. I have the points for it. I want to pick it up again. The special poke is scary. Its HP is scary. And it can do good things. It can set up Stealth Rocks. You add on the ability to Patch Wish from Alomomola to Blissey. Even though it can learn Soft Boiled, maybe I don't want to bring Soft Boiled. Maybe I want to add a little bit of coverage. I can Wish Patch to it. This Mon, the defensive backbone of this team is crazy. And I think it really just sets up our main attackers by being able to swap out into certain things. Blissey, I'm liking the pick. I'm excited for the pick. I loved using it these past few weeks, and I'm going to love using it these 9 weeks. And having it in my builder just adds to the comfort. It is a Ghost immunity. It is not a Terra Captain this time, but you're not most of the time tearing your defensive Pokemon. So I still think overall this is going to be such a great Mon to use. And this goes to our final pick of the draft. It was a 1-point Mon. We only had 1 point left available. I did make this another Terra Captain. Will it ever be used as a Terra Captain? Probably not, but, you know, never say never. I picked up Murkrow. I was looking at 2 Pokemon, Volbeat and Illumise, because a lot of people were building weather teams. I was like, okay, if it really comes down to it, what if I get a Mon that can prankster weather out of our opponent's weather? And I was between those two. I asked a couple of my friends, hey, what would you recommend between the two, Volbeat or Illumise? And I asked Seabad, and he was like, if you just want a prankster cheap Pokemon, pick up Murkrow. And I was like, you know what? You're right. It does have a little more versatility than the 2 of them. It is a little bit better of a Pokemon than the 2 of them. We can put Eviolite, and it's bulkier than the 2 of them. You are absolutely correct about Murkrow being a better prankster 1-point Mon. And that's why we picked up Murkrow as our final pick in the draft. Having prankster is just a super, super good combination. Let's look at a couple of the moves that we can run on it. Where is our PBA? Murkrow, category status moves. Haze, stop our opponent from setup sweeping. Perish Song, like, that is always, like, it either will force our opponent to swap out or could end the fight. Substitute, priority substitute. Tailwind isn't a bad thing. It's not a crazy thing in singles, but it's still not a bad thing. Taunt, Thunder Wave, Whirlwind is not going to get priority, but still having Whirlwind would be cool. Confuse Ray, Endure, Feather Dance, Flatter. Will we really use that if we have Confuse Ray? Probably not. Mean Look, stop our opponent from swapping out. I don't know if Murkrow can really do anything against that, but, you know, it is what it is. Rain Dance, Scary Face, Screech, Sunny Day, Torment. Imagine if we put the Torment on our opponents and, like, stop them from being able to do things. And then Spite. If we want to, for some reason, spite our opponents, we can do that. It is just a very, very solid supportive Mon for super cheap. And I'm very excited to possibly, I don't know if I'll be bringing it to many fights, but possibly bringing it to a fight. But that's our team. That is our 11 Pokemon. We did get a 0-pointer. It was Finizen. I picked it up as a, like, hey, call out to our last draft. But I really wanted to build stronger in the middle, which I saw a lot of people do. Instead of, like, in the PPL, I had more of a spread out draft. So I want to see, like, a more heavy top draft and see how it does. I'm excited. I think we have a solid defensive backbone. I think we have solid offensive answers, and the Regenerator Core is going to just do dummy things, in my opinion. But that is our team. Let me know what you guys think of it in the comments, what you would rate it, how well you think we're going to do into the season. If you have any nickname suggestions as well, let me know. I only have one nickname selected, and that is Narrow for Murkrow, because Seabad loves Black Clover. Give Murkrow the nickname. But all the other Pokemon are currently free games. So send me your nicknames. Let me know how you feel. And be ready, because our battle starts next week for the PBA. I shall see you all then. Peace.